Okay, so welcome back. This is part two of selection operations. And I had shown you how to vertically align these. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do a horizontal distribute to the left. And what I did was I selected the mount there and we clicked that. And now you notice that they're all evenly spaced in here. Now, before I move these over to the robot's head, what I'm going to do is I'm going to group them by going Object Group. Another thing you can do on the keyboard is just go Command G. And what that'll do is it'll put them all together so then I can move them all as one object. Okay. So now that we have that done, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to show you how to select do selections in an outline mode. And if I go up to view and go outline, you'll notice that everything is in an outline. Now I can still select my objects and even move them, but the nice thing about this selection operation is that sometimes our designs can get very busy with lots of different colors and different shapes, and this will allow us to make the selections a little bit easier. Okay, so for example, the first thing I'm going to do here is we're going to take the eye here, and if I select it, and I'm going to use the left arrow key and bring the eyes together, okay? And then what we're going to be doing is we're going to then finish off here, and I'm just going to show you can also go back to the view, and if I go over print preview, we go back to the original look. Now we're going to select the shoulders of the robot here, and I'm just going to go to view. Actually, we're going to fit this into the window. So you go to view, fit artboard into window, and you can also do that as Command 0, okay? And Command 0 will bring this artboard up to us to look at. Now, if you look at, we're going to go to the direct selection tool, which is the white tool. And to do this, you can click on it, or you can take the A key on your keyboard, and it will go down to the direct selection tool. And I'm just going to go ahead and zoom in here a little bit more here. If I use my space bar, the hand tool will come up, and I can see, again, Command plus will zoom in, Command minus zooms out, and space bar will allow me to move my object around in the window. And you can see we have these anchor points here. And so what I'm going to do is we are going to click on the lower left anchor point, and then I'm going to go Shift on my keyboard and select the right one. And we want to do this in order, okay? And then we're going to click the vertical align top button, and that is located. Okay, we're going to do this again here. Again, I'm going to select my left tool first, hold down my Shift key, and then I'm going to select the vertical align top tool. And what happens is it goes to the first one I selected and vertically aligns that other point I selected with the Shift key. So now that we have all that put together, I'll just go back and I'm going to zoom out. And I'm just going to go Command minus a couple times, and then we're going to hit the V key, and that will put us on the direct selection tool, and I'm going to bring this over to the robot. And again, you can manipulate it by using your up and down arrows and your left and right arrows as well. Now you'll notice that it is actually behind the shape of the neck, so I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to go Object, Arrange, Bring to Front. And so now we have the robot there. And you can do the same thing here. I can select that one, and I can go Object, Arrange, Bring Back. Now, depending on when it was made, it's going to, I'm just going to take it and I'm going to go arrange, send to back. I did bring forward instead. So, and so now I have the neck there as well. So we're getting close here to finishing what we have here. And now we're going to talk about working with groups. And the thing is that if you go over here to the arm, you'll notice that everything is a separate object, okay? And what I'm going to do first, and yet if I click here, you notice that everything is in a group, okay? Now with the direct selection arrow, it's going to just select each individual shape. Unless I have it grouped, then it will select all of them together. Now, what if I want to make this part of his arm all a group? One thing I can do is just drag down over it so I select all of these together, and then again, Command G on your keyboard or Object Group. And then now when I go to select it, you'll notice it's selecting the entire arm. Okay. Now, this is the joint, here for his hands, and this one is out of, needs to be brought down to the bottom here. And so there are several ways you can do that. You can actually, if you go to the direct selection tool, it will allow you to select an object within a group. Now what I did was I just selected that. Now I could drag it down with my mouse, or I can use the arrow keys and bring it down. But that's one way. And then this way, I'm still keeping it all in a group. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is we are going to bring the eyes over. So I'm going to go back to my selection tool, which is the V key, and we're going to bring the eyes over to the robot. Now you notice that we have a problem here because the eyes are behind the robot's head. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold down my Shift key. So, whoops, I don't want to do that actually, because if I hold down my Shift key, it's going to select both of them. So I'm just going to go back here and we're going to do it this way. I'm going to bring it over and we're just going to go Object, Arrange, Bring to Front. Okay? And we'll do the same thing for this one. Object, Arrange, Bring to Front. And so now we have the robot with his eyes there. And you can change them, you can put them to wherever you want. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to, since we're selected over here, we'll go back to View and then Fit Artboard in Window or Command 0. And now we have everything that we need here. However, they actually made a mask that is hidden here. So what we want to do is we are going to go to Object, Show All. So Object and Show All. And now what will happen is you can see that the mask has appeared for our robot. Okay. Now with the selection tool, if you tried to, attempt to select the eye, you can with the selection tool. But what we want to do is we want to select one of the red circles and move it. Just a little bit in, and just a little bit in. And again, you can kind of decide how you want this to look. And presto, we're done with our robot. So these are just different selection techniques that you learned about during this chapter. So we're going to finish here and go on to the next lesson, and we'll see you there.